Mom. Hey. Of course not. How are you?
Okay. You look tired.
Oh, me? I've just had a few late nights, that's all. I think Steven's cutting a tooth or something because he's been up all night. What?
I know.
Know what?
About Steven.
What difference does it make?
How can you say that?
It doesn't matter who Josie's father is. It doesn't. Not to me. Not to you, and certainly not to Josie.
Well, maybe it matters to him.
No, I can't.
Sharlene!
John, it's too complicated.
I thought you trusted me.
You know I do.
Then you tell me. Look, you've told me everything else about your life. It hasn't made any difference in how I feel about you. Why should this?
Russ Matthews is Josie's father.
Russ Matthews is Josie's father.
Now do you understand?
No, I'm not sure I do.
I think I better start at the beginning, John.
Yeah, sounds like a good place to start.
He doesn't know.
I gathered that.
He doesn't even suspect.
Well, what's the matter? Can't he count?
John, listen. I told you how he acted after he found out about it.
Yeah.
We were still living together, but it was awful. He wouldn't come near me. He couldn't come near me. And then one night, everything was different. Everything. He seemed to want me pretty badly. And then when it was over, he reached for his wallet and he threw money at me.
What? The good doctor threw...
The good doctor could not stomach it. He couldn't stomach me, John. And after that, I knew that I couldn't ever even try to work it out with him. I left town.
And you were pregnant.
I moved in with Emma. Found out I was going to have a baby, and I never looked back.
Doesn't sound like you were looking at much of a future.
No, not here. My husband couldn't look at me, John. How could he be interested in a child he conceived when he was so, John, I stayed away and I kept my secret. Until now.
What do you know about Steven?
I know about the paternity test.
So Amanda told you, huh?
Amanda knows?
Well, who told you then? Not Vicky.
Yes.
I don't believe her.
I'm glad she told me. She was very straightforward about it. I wish you felt that you could have told me.
She had no right to tell you.
Why didn't you tell me?
I didn't want to upset you, Mom.
Honey, I'm your mother.
Yeah, but you've had enough to deal with.
Well, what about you? You've been dealing with this all by yourself.
I'm okay.
Are you?
Well, I guess I feel a little stupid and a bit like the sucker after all the lies that have been told me.
I'm sorry. You've had to go through this by yourself.
Yeah, well, the test results, they come in tomorrow. At least then I'll know one way or the other.
She loves you. That's what she told me, and I believe her.
It's a bit late for that.
Why? What have you done? Are you expecting someone?
No. Come on in.
Hello, Rachel. Jamie.
I'll wait. I'll come back later.
I know you're angry.
You just don't stop, do you?
Jamie, listen to me.
No, you listen to me. How dare you use my mother to plead your case? How desperate are you?
What about this Lenny Bolger? How did his name ever end up on Josie's birth certificate?
I didn't stay with Emma long. I moved to California before I was even showing. And I got a job as a waitress. And that's where I met Lenny. I told him what had happened to me. He was a good friend.
He agreed to be the father?
sort of, John. Lenny needed a place to stay. I was renting a trailer. I couldn't make ends meet, so he moved in as a friend. Lenny, he couldn't hold a job down, and he got fired. And so pretty soon I was supporting the two of us. I had a baby on the way, and it was a mess. It was a mess.
How long did he stay with you?
He left about a month before Josie was born. You should have seen the people come out of the woodwork then. They thought that he had gotten me pregnant and took off. It's a good cover. It's a damn good cover, so I went with it.
And when you left Emma's, she didn't know?
No, she didn't know. She thought it happened when I went out to California, too. Everything worked out perfectly. Except those last few weeks before Josie was born, I don't think I've ever been so lonely in my life. Except when Floyd died. I didn't know when I was going to go into labor. I didn't know what would happen when I did. I didn't know how I'd get to the hospital. I was terrified that I'd have this baby and I wouldn't be able to take care of her. I even thought of giving her up for adoption for a while.
What changed your mind?
I saw her. She had little pink toes. And hair that was like feathers. And I knew in that moment that I would do anything I had to do to keep her.
What about later? It must have been so rough on you. Didn't you ever consider talking to Russ?
No.
I mean, I don't know much about the guy, except that I think he's a real jerk, but even he would have helped
No,
you.
John, I couldn't talk to him. I could never have asked for his help.
Why?
Do you think that he would let his daughter be raised by me, an ex-prostitute? John, if Russ had ever known that Josie was his little girl, he would have taken her from me long ago. He can never know about this. John, this has to stay between you and me. You promise me.
Sharlene, Josie is grown. Now it's time for everyone to know the truth.
I won't.
She is his daughter, too. I might not like the guy, but he does have a right to know.
John, he'll take her from me.
She's already gone. Look, there's nothing that Russ can do now. She's 18. She's an adult.
And when she finds out that I've kept this from her, she'll never come back. She'll never speak to me again.
Well, at least she'll know that her father wasn't a...
That her father wasn't a trick? What wasn't he? What was I to him that night?
She deserves to know the truth.
Oh, John, don't you think I've thought of that? All these years, I felt selfish keeping them apart. But I could just see Russ with Liz right behind him, coming after us, taking away the one good thing I ever had in my life.
And he doesn't have any idea.
No. He and Liz both think she's younger than she is. They have no reason to question it.
Well, then it's up to you, Sharlene. You're gonna have to tell Russ, and you're gonna have to tell Josie.
Oh, God, John, have you not heard a word?
Sharlene, you're gonna have to let go. You must tell the truth. Listen to me for a minute, Sharlene. Matt Corey is in New York, and he'll find Josie, but he's gonna need all the ammunition he can get to bring her home.
Ammunition.
If she thinks her father is someone who paid you, no wonder she ran away.
It must be that.
Of course it is, but she has to know the truth. She has to understand. That's the only way she'll ever forgive you.
She has to.
But she won't be able to until she knows the truth. She can't believe that her life is part of this lie, that she owes her very existence to it.
But John, that is so wrong.
Of course it's wrong. You know that, and I know that, but Josie doesn't know that. And that's what you can't live with. But you can fix it.
fix anything, John.
Why not?
Okay. Okay, she'll know that her father wasn't one of those men. But then she'll resent me the rest of her life because I wouldn't let her know her own father.
And that's a risk you're gonna have to take.
John, if she came home and then she left
Listen.
me again,
She's not coming home without a fight.
I can't lose her again, John. I can't live without her in my life anymore. I want my baby back. I just want her back.